Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Cove. My name's Missy. So excited to have y'all today, and today I am doing a collaboration with my good friend Amanda over at 6 Kids in a Glue Gun. We're going to talk about that in just a little while, but if y'all have not checked Amanda out, make sure you do. She is awesome. Okay y'all, let's get right into it. DIY number 1. This is super simple and something that anyone can do. So I went to the Dollar Tree and got 3 of these little rectangle signs. I don't even know what you call them. Shelf sitters. One says, I love fall most of all. The other says, pumpkin spice and everything nice. And then harvest wishes. So we're going to kind of do not really a book stack, but I don't know. When I was into primitive decor, I always had these little shelf sitters, I guess they're called, of boxes or blocks stacked up on each other, on top of each other, and that's what we're going to do here. So we're just going to take some hot glue, put one right on top of the other, and the same exact thing for the next one. If y'all hear background noise, just please forgive me. We are actually traveling home, or no, we are traveling from home back to Virginia right now, so I am doing my voiceover in the truck. Okay, so after we get all of those stacked together, we're going to take some ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I think I take 3 different kinds, and I'm just cutting these down, and we're going to take our zip tie and just make a messy bow. These are just, I really didn't have a lot of small ribbon on hand when I was doing this, and I was trying to find fall colors, and y'all know me with the green. I'm absolutely loving green for fall this year. And that other looks like a purple, but it's really not. It's a gray. And I'm also going to take some of this, like, to me it looks like a burlap. It's the mesh tubing from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to use a few pieces of that in our messy bow also. So after we get all these cut out, we are just going to lay down our zip tie and arrange all of our ribbons on top, and then we will just pull it together and make our messy bow. Now that we've got our messy bow finished, we are just going to take a piece of the green ribbon and we're going to put it around the center there, just so you don't see the plastic from the zip tie. And I just used hot glue and just glue it right on there. And now we've got it together, we are going to figure out where we want it on our little, I'm just going to call this a shelf sitter, y'all, because I really don't know what to call it. We're just going to glue that right on there. And I wanted a little bit more of embellishment, so I'm going to take some of these leaves that I got from a pack at the Dollar Tree. We're just going to layer a couple on top of each other. We do 3, and I'm just basically hot gluing them all together. And we're going to take a pumpkin, and we're going to put that in the middle, but first we're going to go ahead and glue down our leaves. And instead of the black and white check, I decided to go ahead with the orange and white check. And that's it, y'all. After we get that pumpkin glued right on there, that's it. How super simple. And just less than $4. So simple, and anyone can do this. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Like I said, today is in collaboration with my good friend Amanda over at 6 Kids in a Glue Gun. She is absolutely amazing. She's not only a fellow YouTuber, but like I said, y'all, she has become one of my best friends. Now, the way we did this was we sent each other boxes with things from our stash in it, and we were supposed to use those things. I was able to use a couple things, but not everything, because I had a little mishap while I was at home, but everything's good now. So I just hope you all enjoy this video, and don't forget to go check out Amanda. right back into it. DIY number 2. This is one of my absolute favorites in this video. I got these pumpkins from Hobby Lobby, and it came with a whole bunch of different white and the buffalo plaid, black and white buffalo plaid pumpkins. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a couple pumpkin topiaries with these. And there was no hole in the bottom of the white one, so I just took my little snips and poked a hole in there, because I'm just going to stick that stem from the black and white check one right in there. So we put a little bit of hot glue, stack the white one on top of a buffalo check one, and then we're going to take another buffalo check and put it on the top. There's a little bit of a hole there from where they stuffed the fabric in, but it wasn't quite wide enough, so I just went ahead and made it a little deeper, put our hot glue in there, and stack that one right on top. We do the same exact thing for both of these. Again, we're just poking another hole right in the white one, hot glue, and stacking it on top of the buffalo check. Same thing for the next one, hot glue and stacking it on top. I almost stopped there, but I decided we need to go with just a little bit more. So we are going to take some of these burlap leaves. I believe these are from Hobby Lobby. They could have been the Dollar Tree. I don't remember. And I'm kind of going to make a little, almost like placemat for these. So what I'm doing is just layering and stacking these up on top of each other. First, I'm taking off that longer wire piece that was the stem. But I'm basically just using hot glue, staggering them out, and I'm just making a little mat for our topiaries to go on. Now that we've got that, and we do 2 of these, you do the exact same thing to the other one. Now that we've got that done, we're going to go ahead and glue our topiary on top, and now we're just going to go in with a bunch of embellishments, and it's hard for me to tell you all exactly what I did, so I am just going to let you watch at this point. So as you can see, I just used a bunch of leaves and different florals and just decorated this up. And this is how they turned out. I absolutely love these. They are so stinking cute. So again, I just want to take this just a minute to say thank you all for coming by my channel. If you like farmhouse decor on a budget, you are in the right place. If you haven't already, I would love if you would consider subscribing. DIY number 3. I had to see which number it was. So I got this sign at the Hobby Lobby when they were 70% off. It was $12.99, but then with the 70% off, I don't know what it came down to, but it was little, nothing. I mean, not much more than what you would spend at the Dollar Tree. And I love the shape of the sign and with the wood on top. So what I'm going to do is take some black Arteza acrylic paint, and we are just going to paint the whole front part of this sign. At first I start just by doing a little bit on the top and then on the bottom, and I was going to leave the center with nothing on it because we're going to put something on there, but I was afraid that those words would come out or would show through. So we're going to go ahead and paint the whole front of this sign, and I do use 2 good coats to make sure that the words do not try to come out through the paint. After we get that finished and let that completely dry, we are going to take a page out of our new calendars, the new 2022 calendars from the Dollar Tree. And this is the thankful one. We're just I'm just making sure it's going to fit and figuring out my placement here. Now I'm just going to take my Mod Podge and we are going to start putting the Mod Podge on there, and then we are going to adhere our calendar page to it. I don't get the Mod Podge exactly where it needs to be, so I go ahead and I'm able to lift it up and put a little bit more Mod Podge. First I go through and I do cut off the bottom part of this where the hole is for the calendar page, and I'm taking my time because I cannot cut a straight line. Now we're just going to pop that right on there, and we're just going to smooth it down. Now, when this Mod Podge dries, it does leave a little bit of bubbling, but I'm totally okay with that because you all know that I love the rustic look. If you're not, I really don't know the solution to this. If anyone knows, please let us know in the comments how to keep the bubbling from happening. So now I'm just going to fold over the sides instead of cutting them off. I'm just folding them over. I'm going to Mod Podge those right on the back side there. This just makes it easier for me. If you want to take those off and cut them off, totally go for it. Then we're going to take some more Mod Podge and we are going to go over the entire piece. And that's just because, again, this is paper, and just depending on where you would display it at, you don't want to get it wet and it ruining. So now we're going to take our Bodabra and we are going to make a bow. Y'all, I don't even know how I made this bow, so I'm not one for a tutorial on this at this moment. Y'all know how I am about bow making, but I absolutely love how this one turned out. It's basically just turning it so that the right side of the ribbon shows through and twisting it and going back and forth on this Bodabra. I had to watch a video. And then I go ahead and use some black and white check ribbon also. I'm trying to make a bigger bow. Again, I'm not a bow maker, but this Bodabra has totally changed things for me when it comes to wreath making and to bows. I'm able to do so much more. Y'all could see my little video playing there on the right hand side of the screen to know how to do that. So even YouTubers, we don't always know everything, and even we need YouTube sometime to help us get a project done. So now we're just going to pull up our zip tie and we are going to get that, start to tighten that. Again, don't tighten it completely. Get it out of the Bodabra first so that you can pull your zip tie around to the back. Next, we're just going to start fluffing up our bow, cut some dovetails in, and then I decided I wanted some black and white check to be tails also. So I just cut another piece of ribbon and we are just going to attach that to our bow that's already made, just with a little bit of hot glue. And then we'll cut it down to be able to be the same size as the other tails. After we get that glued on, and this is done really well even with just the hot glue, so I don't think you'll have a problem there. After we get that done and we do our dovetails, we're just figuring out where we want our bow. And I'm also going to do a few embellishments on this. We're using some greenery from the Dollar Tree, just placing it in different places. And then we also use some of the foam pumpkins that come on the picks from the Dollar Tree. I just pull those off the pick and use those. Now we're going to go ahead and put our bow on, and then we'll start with the bottom part, which is where we use more greenery and some more picks. And I'll just let y'all watch me embellish this up. So here we are at the end of the project, y'all. That's it. This is what it turned out like. I do love this one also. Make sure y'all let me know in the comments which one of these is your favorite DIY. DIY number 4. Now this is a project that came in my box from Amanda. One of the things she sent me was a round trivet and a square trivet that we'll use in just a minute. But we're going to take this round trivet and we are just going to use some white Waverly chalk paint. We're going to do 2 good coats on the front and the sides of this, let it dry, and then we will eventually turn it over and do the back. But for right now, we're going to take this window cling from Walmart. We're going to put some Mod Podge on our trivet, and then we are going to stick down the biggest of these window clings. It's a round shape and it fit perfectly on this trivet. After we get that on there, we'll go ahead and put some more Mod Podge on the top. Again, this is a window cling. I want to make sure that it's not going to come off, and we're just, helping our chances of it staying put. After we get that done, we're going to go ahead and cut around the edge because there is a little bit that hangs off the side. So we'll get that finished. Now we're just pushing down, make sure we don't have any bubbles. And on this, I don't have any bubbles whatsoever. And we'll do our next layer of Mod Podge. After that, we're going to take the spool that I got in a package from the Hobby Lobby, and we are just going to paint this with a burnt orange color, 1 good coat. Now I'm just showing you that we are painting the back of our trivet. We're just making a little riser for this. We're going to glue our spool onto our trivet, and that is it. So stinking cute, and how simple. So y'all, Amanda sent me a lot of things, but like I said, I had a little bit of a problem while I was at home. So in a new video coming up, I will go ahead and go through that box again and show you some of the things that Amanda sent, and we'll use some of those. But for now, let's finish up with DIY number 5. I had to think a minute. We are just going to, this is another super simple one. Take this wooden square trivet that she sent me, and we're going to do 2 good coats of pumpkin Waverly chalk paint, drying of course in between coats. We do the front, the back, and the sides. Now we'll take a piece of scrapbook paper from the Hobby Lobby and a leaf cutout from the Dollar Tree. We're going to trace this out and cut it out, and then we are going to adhere it to our trivet. We are just making a little sign here. You'll see here in just a second. We're going to spell out fall, and we are using our leaf as our A. After we get that cut out, we'll go ahead and Mod Podge our scrapbook paper right onto our leaf, and then again we will cover it with Mod Podge just to keep it, again, it's scrapbook paper, y'all. I just don't want anything to maybe splash on it because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to display this yet. After we get that finished, I have to see what we're doing. Oh, again, we're putting our last layer of Mod Podge. Then we glue our leaf onto our wooden trivet. And I'm sorry I lost the footage. I'm not sure where that went. That is part of the problem that I had with this box, because we were in Virginia and then went home. So a lot of things were misplaced and some footage on my iPad disappeared. So for that, I sincerely apologize to Amanda. Thank God she is one of my friends and she totally understood. So now I've just taken my Cricut Joy and made some decals that spell out fall, an F, L, and an L. And then I do go in and go ahead and make an A for the leaf and put it on there in just a little while. Thanks again, Amanda, for collabing with me. I apologize so much that this has turned into such a mess. I sincerely, y'all, she's amazing. This didn't even faze her. She was like, put out what you can and don't even worry about it. So I'm so thankful for that. Now we're just going to take more Dollar Tree ribbon and our zip tie, make a quick little messy bow for our sign. There we all are with all of our ribbon in place, zipping it up with our little zip tie. And then I do cut some of my ribbons down just a little bit, just to give it a fuller look. Now we are basically just going to find where we want to put our bow, get it glued right on there, and then we're going to take that white pumpkin there and glue it right in the center. And that's it. Oh, I guess I didn't paint the back. Sorry about that, y'all. This is just something that I'm going to prop up against something. I love how this one turned out also. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching my video and for being a part of my YouTube family. Thank you to Amanda for all of her hard work that she has put into this. I appreciate her so, so much. Here's the final reveal of all of our projects. Y'all, I cannot talk today. I hope that y'all had an amazing Labor Day weekend. Don't forget to hug your family members a little extra tight and let them know how much you love them. Some of us live out on the road and don't get that pleasure every single day. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?